Let's make some flatbread. You'll need half a cup of wheat and gluten-free flour, which you're going to sieve thoroughly because wheat and gluten-free flour tends to be quite lumpy unless you put it through the sieve. Then a quarter cup of yogurt. We've used full cream, double cream yogurt in fact, but the recipe does work with a fat-free or a low-fat yogurt. Then you spice to taste. So here in this recipe we've used salt and chili, but you can also use other things like dried basil or dried coriander, oregano, turmeric, whatever you feel like adding in. I use flatbread as a substitute for normal bread, for pizza bases, as well as things like wraps and tramezinis. So for that reason, you would want to think about what you're going to be pairing your flatbread with. Now, when you're working your dough, you don't want to overwork this dough, otherwise it will become really dense and the integrity of your bread is going to be spoiled. It's not going to rise properly and make beautiful little airy bubbles that makes a flatbread really delicious. As you'll see, Rungu flattens it by hand instead of using a roller. This is just simply because we don't have a roller and we're too lazy to make some other kind of plan. Once your flatbread is nice and flat in your pan, you're obviously going to put it onto the stove and cook it. You're going to cook it on a fairly low heat at first, just to make sure that it's cooking inside and not just burning on the outside. And then you're going to keep your eye on it, making sure that it's starting to crisp up on the outside and it starts to form tiny little bubbles, which means that it's rising gently and it's going to be nice and fluffy little flatbread. And then serve and enjoy.